Dwyane, you've sort of been on the other side of series like this where you guys had the talent and the other team was the gritty team trying to push through. What's it like against the Sixers when they have Embiid? No offense. They have Simmons, they have Redick, and you guys are this scrappy guys. What's it like to be playing from the other side of the equation?
It's fun. You know, we're having fun in this series, man. It's competitive. I think both teams can say that. We know that they're the third seed. We know that they won 18, 19 out of 20 now. We understand all that. So, you know, we out there, you know, scrapping and doing the things that we can to try to get victories. This is a very good team, you know, outside of matching the energy that we play with. They execute very well. They're very well coached, and they got a lot of talent in a lot of different positions. So this definitely is one of the best first-round series that I've ever played in, first-round opponent. You know, and they're up 3-1, but, you know, we're definitely trying to give them everything they can ask for.
That fourth quarter, I know you don't like it when people say vintage, but it seemed like that you were just throwing everything you could at them. Were you surprised at all at the way they kept answering? I mean, you would get them within one, and then somebody would score, either Simmons on the drive or JJ with that corner jumper. Were you surprised at all by that?
Yeah, man. It was one of those moments for me where I just wanted us to get a stop or two, you know, and get an offensive rebound, because I felt that I can win us one here at home, but we couldn't get it. You know, we made some mistakes down the end, and they make you pay. Every time you make a mistake, they make you pay, you know. So whether it was getting offensive rebounds, whether it was some miscommunication, half court-wise, where they was able to get Simmons for the dunk or get JJ for the shot, you know, we got to do a better job, and we didn't. So, you know, it's the kind of team that they don't let you off the hook. You know, you make one mistake, you take your foot off the gas for 1 second, they make you pay. So, you know, I definitely was trying to lead my team. Coach put the ball in my hand, and I was trying to lead us to try to, you know, steal one. In a sense, once they took the lead, we tried to steal one here at home for us, so we can go back 2-2.
Dwyane, they do have some veterans, but their primary guys are guys who've never played in the playoffs before. So, how impressed? What can you say about their poise in their first playoff experience? And now today we saw the other games weren't as close. Today we saw it down the stretch, how poised they were and able, you know, just to fight back and win a game.
Yeah, they're good. They're special. You know, they're a good group, man. They put the right team together. I've said that multiple times. You know, ultimately, you know, sometimes the playoff become probably too big for certain guys, or you know, some guys don't know how to match the intensity of the playoffs, or whatever the case may be. They play that way already. They already play to that intense level. They have an edge to them, and I think this series has gave everybody a little bit more edge, you know, as well, because of the physicality of this series. So I give a lot of credit to, you know, their point guard, their leader, Ben. He does a great job of getting them settled, getting the ball to his guys, you know, and I think keep feeding confidence to him. So, very good team, man. I can't say nothing negative about them at all. They've been great opponents. You know, unfortunately we're down 3-1, but could have been 2-2 today. Just didn't go our way.
Dwyane, the way it ended in 2016 was so different. Have you given any thought to the possibility that this might be your last game at American Airlines Arena in a Heat uniform? And was there anything different walking off the court, maybe because of that?
I don't want to answer that right now. I got another game to play. I'm focused on the next game. I'm trying to win that one.
Dwyane, you guys have won a total of 4 out of 16 quarters in the series so far. So how do you get it back to American Airlines Arena so it's not your last game? What has to change to get it back here?
Well, I mean, I think from the standpoint of competitiveness, I think both teams match each other. I think, you know, we got to do a better job of limiting the mistakes that we make. And some of those mistakes are turnovers, but some of those mistakes are, you know, are blown coverages. You know, when you blow a coverage versus this team, it seems like every time they make you pay. You know, I like we're giving everything we have. We just got to be a little bit smarter with what we do. And how we do it, but it's not that far. You know, even looking at, you know, game 3, was a close game all the way to the end when they pulled away, but it was a close game, in the fourth quarter. So the series has been as lopsided as, as besides game one, as the last three games, as game three showed. So I feel like we still there. We still got an opportunity, and our only job right now is to lick our wounds tomorrow, come back in Monday and prepare for what we need to do when we go down to Philly on Tuesday, and try to get a win, and then focus on the next one after that.
To that point, going back to Philly, what can you guys expect from this game going back to the Sixers home court?
Same game. They're going to play with pace, play with speed, play physical. They're obviously, they're going to play with their crowd. It's going to be a high energy type of game from them, and we got to withstand their runs. And they're going to make a few of them, but we got to be mature in the mind. As a team that doesn't have a lot of experience in this moment, neither, but we got to show some maturity in our mind to be able to withstand it and not give up, and not let it go. They go on a run, don't let it go. It's human nature sometimes of a team start putting it on you, and you're down 3-1, to just let it go and say, we can't do it. It's not our time. But, all we got to do is just worry about this one game and give it everything we have for that game. You walk out of that game, you gave everything you had, you can live with whatever results, that's there at the end.
And Dwyane, to touch on that, obviously, what was the mindset of the team right after the game in the locker room?
Guys thinking about certain things in the ball game, what they did wrong, man. Each individual feel like, they lost the game because they turned it over, or because we got a bad shot, or because we messed up a defense assignment. And ultimately, it's a team thing. We didn't come out with the win. We didn't do enough as a group to win the ball game. And we're going to get back to finding out what it is we can do to try to get better, to get to that point. We're in the locker room full of guys that didn't make the playoffs last year. This is a learning. They're learning from game to game. So, like I told them, we have nothing to lose, man. We coming out here, we're trying to put our only goal and only thing we have to do is go out here and put everything we have on the line from the standpoint of, the way that we play the game. Outside of that, they're the third seed. We're not the third seed. We're coming in and we're trying to cause some havoc, and we're trying to make a series out of this. So let's go and just play free, but play hard, play Miami Heat way. Like I said, live with the results from there.
Dwyane, Goran, a lot of the guys on the Heat know what it takes to close out a series 3-1, but also on the flip side to turn it around. But Philly doesn't. None of those guys know what it takes to really close out a series. How do you use that as your advantage going into their house?
I don't know. I'd rather be in their position. I'll tell you that. Figuring out how to close out 3-1. From our standpoint, it's going to be hard. It's going to be one of the toughest things that we try to do, accomplish as a team, is to try to bring it back here to Miami. And we got to understand that. We got to understand that it's not going to be, no moment is going to be easy about it. So, we got to go in, put our hard hats on and go after it. We can't worry about with them. They're in a good position. We the ones trying to come from behind and trying to bring it back here, to Miami. So we'll see what happens on Tuesday.
Dwyane, the growth you've seen in the two guys who were rookies the last time you were with him, playoff series, Josh, 7 steals today, Justice, how he's evolved. Just thoughts on how each have evolved as players over recent months.
Proud of those guys, man. Justice is doing whatever it takes. And this is the moments that you want a Justice Winlow on your team. This is the moment you want him because he's a guy that has no ego, and he's going to play his heart out. And he's going to do all the little things that, may not, get the headlines. But, man, I think everybody on this team, when we point at a guy and say who's done it right this whole series, we all point at Justice. I think Josh, he's definitely grown a lot, and he still have so much room to grow. But he shows flashes of greatness. He shows flashes of doing things that not a lot of people in this game can do. And we just want to continue to build on that for him. So in that third year, at this point in the second year in the playoffs, I like the way they've approached it. And just want them to continue to keep growing and continue to keep better, getting better because, the sky is the limit, man. Don't ever put don't ever think you can't do something, and there's a lot of guys out here that's getting opportunities and they showing it. So we got 2 of them here. Thank you.